So welcome back to this session. Today's topic is adult learning. So the adult learning topic is coming under training methodology module in the unit 13. Unit 13 is having this chapter. So let us see detailing about the content of the topic. So before going to this topic, that is adult learning, I used to tell, any topic or any problem, we have to break the terms to understand about the problem or understand about the topic. So even for this topic also, adult learning. So what is adult learning and who are adults and how they learn and what are the attitude towards their learning process and all we will learn. And before that, let us see, who are all adults and who are adult learners. And before going to the topic, let us see the learning outcome of this topic. So the learning outcome are after completion of this session, you will be able to achieve following learning outcomes. That is the instructional objectives, which will be achieved through this session. Or you will be able to define adult, and you will be able to define adult learning, then state the evolution of adult learning, explain adult learning theory, and state the characteristics of adult learners. Then principles of andragogy, you will be able to explain the principles of andragogy and state the challenges of adult learning. And see, there is a term in English, jargon. So jargon is a term where you will find a difficult word or a difficult term by a simple term or a simple word. So those words are considered as, or those terms are considered as jargons. For example, in our school and collegiate education, there is a term, teaching learning process is considered as pedagogy. So the pedagogy method or pedagogical process is considered as teaching learning process at the school or collegiate level. And like that, for matured learners, one term is considered as andragogy. So this andragogy is a jargon, you can say jargon, which the terms will not be identified or easily people can't understand what is this andragogy or what is this pedagogy, like that. Let us see the detail about these terms. So before going to that, into that, and who are adults? Who is an adult? So as per the psychology, the adults terms are defined in one particular category, and as per the physiology, the adults or the human growth and the age and all considered in different category. And but almost similar, this whatever I have mentioned here, I am going to mention here, is almost similar in all the fields, whether it is psychology as well as the biology. So an adult is a person who is grown up completely, so who has grown up completely physically as well as mentally. Maturity is it's a phase after teenager. So adult is a person who has matured physically as well as mentally. So let us see the human growth starting from infancy. So infancy or early childhood, 0 to 6 years are considered as, so one person from his birth or her birth, from birth to 6 years will be considered as infancy or early childhood. Then 6 years to 12 years, the person is called as childhood. That the time, the duration of his or her growth is childhood. Then adolescence, 13 years to 19 years. See, some psychological studies are telling that it starts from 14 years, like that. So it doesn't matter because more or less same only. So adolescence is a teenage. It is also considered as a teenage. So 13 to 19, you see 13 to 19, this teenage is considered as adolescence. Then adult is the, the duration of the lifespan, 20 to 30 years. So the 20 years to 30 years is considered as adult. And middle age is about 30 years to 60 years. And after 60 years is considered as old age. So this is the general classification of a human growth as per the age. So adult is coming under 20 to 30 years. Then adult learner. So we have seen who is an adult. Now, who are adult learners or who is an adult learner? So we know that learning is a psychological process where a person will gain knowledge and gain skill and improve his value or attitude. So learning is the process of gaining knowledge and developing his or her attitude. So adult learner is involving this process is considered as adult learner. So let us see. An adult learner or more commonly a mature student. So matured student is a person who is older and is involved in forms of learning for gaining employment and higher studies. So after teenage, if you are a ITA teacher or if you are a student, ITA student, and your age will be teenage. So after completing your 10th standard, almost, mostly 80% of the ITA boys, ITA students are after 10th standard, and after 10th means what, 15 years. After completing 15 years, they will join in ITA courses. Some of them will join after 11th standard or 12th standard, and some of them are discontinued college education. That is different, exemption. And almost most of the trainees in the ITA system are teenage, boys. So they are all adolescents. So teachers, ITA teachers or instructors are dealing with the adolescents. At the same time, after the ITA course or after a basic qualification, after 20 years, what they will do? So we are going to discuss about adult learners. So the matured students are considered as adult learners who has completed their 20 years. And what for they will become as learners, those adults, they will go for employment or even higher studies. So the adult learners fall in a specific criteria of being experienced and having certified qualification in ITA diploma or degree. So they may have ITA degree, ITA certificate or diploma degree or degree bachelor's or post graduation. They want to gain more knowledge. They want to get for employment opportunities. So they will join some courses. So those category people are considered as adult learners. And you see, I told you in the beginning, there are two terms for learners, college, school related teaching learning process situation. They are considered as pedagogy. And one more term is andragogy. So this pedagogy is, in school and colleges are up to teenage. So teenage category people are the students. And andragogy is adult learners, that matured learners are andragogy. So teacher centered. So teacher will be there. The learners will expect the teacher to deliver a lesson, to teach the subject and all. In andragogy, learners are matured. They may have basic qualification. They may have basic skill and idea about the subject. So they will not expect spoon feeding. They don't like spoon feeding means what, always teaching and always guiding them and all. They don't expect, and they will see the teacher as a facilitator. So whenever it is required, they will come and facilitate the required individual, that adult learner. So pedagogy is teacher-centered approach, and the andragogy is learner-centered approach. So learner-centered means learner will have the problem or learner will have the content, and learner will try to solve the problems, and they will learn. Only the role of the teacher is the facilitator. Whereas in the pedagogical approach, the teacher will be the main person or resource person who will impart training or impart education to the learners. So that is the difference with pedagogy and andragogy. And let us see a few more differences with andragogy, which is the adult learning, and pedagogy is the this andragogy, pedagogy and all. I will show you in evolution. So whenever we discuss important chapters, theories or psychological theories, we discuss about some psychologists and also the theory, when it has been evolved and who has introduced that, which country they belong to and all. And interestingly, here also we'll discuss who introduced the first time the andragogy term, that is the adult learning term, and all we will see. And before that, there is a difference with andragogy and pedagogy. What we are following in our IT system or school or college system is pedagogy. And after 20 years, after the matured learners will go to this andragogy. So the andragogy are self-directed learners, and pedagogy, learner depend on decision of teacher. So this is teacher-centered approach, pedagogy, and andragogy is learner-centered approach. And larger amount of life experience. So andragogy means, we have discussed, they are matured learners. So matured learners means they may have experience or they may not have experience, but the age they have completed 20 years. So they have the maturity. So physically and mentally they have the maturity and few life experience. So this pedagogy means the below the 20 years, that is teenage learners. So they may not have experience or they may have very few life experience. And andragogy, learning needs closely related to social roles. So, after completion of the school and college education, this matured learners will be with the society, and they will have that social role, and they apply whatever knowledge they have gained with their, social environment, and they have life skill experience, and they will apply their knowledge to the social role also. And whereas in the pedagogy, these learners, pedagogic learners are school and college or teenage learners, you can say, learning needs are directed by the teacher. So there will be a need, for anything, for training or any course or any branches of studies, there will be a need. This is my interest, for this purpose I'm choosing that. So that need and all based on the teacher's focus. So teacher only will guide the learner in the case of pedagogy. In the case of andragogy, the learner will choose, because the learner is a matured learner. So problem-centered, andragogy is problem-centered, and pedagogy is content-centered. Content means what is the syllabus. I will teach you, I will complete you. The teacher will tell this is the syllabus and I will teach you, you attend the class. And here problem-centered, see, research and all problem-centered. So they have basic qualification, and after that they may pursue their research courses or research studies and all. All research scholars are adult learners. So they have completed their 20 years, and after 20 years, 25 years, after their graduation or post-graduation, they will go for research. Means there will be a problem and analyze the problem, data collection, and all they will do. So problem centered, not only research related or research oriented, even any adult learners, wherever they go and they get the problems and try to solve that and apply with their own experience and with their own knowledge. So this is problem centered approach, and here subject or content centered. So they will depend on the teachers, this pedagogical approach. And intrinsically motivated, extrinsically motivated. We have seen motivation is creating willingness to learn and and we have to tell the purpose of learning. So motivation is two types. One is self-motivated, the other one is motivated by others. So andragogy is self-motivated. Intrinsically motivated means self-motivated. Andragogy, adult mature learners are andragogy, or adult learners are self-motivated. Whereas the pedagogy, that is the teenage learners, are motivated by the teachers or the elders or the experienced people. That is why it is considered coming under externally motivated, that is extrinsically motivated. So these are the difference with the andragogy and pedagogy. And you see one interesting statement. I like to learn but hate to be taught. Who will tell like this? See, in our IT system or school or colleges, if students are telling, I like to learn but hate to be taught, means, okay, is it so? Okay, you don't want me to teach, then go out from the class like that. So they don't say like that, because they pass the course, pass the school or college education, they should get their degree. Who will tell like this? Somebody is having their basic qualification, they want to pursue some higher studies or some kind of training programs. It may be not formal, it may be informal, but they feel, the matured learners feel is, I like to learn but hate to be taught. Actually, this statement has been informed or given by Sir Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill, and this has been given by him. He's a great personalities, but in his age, when he was a school boy and he was very notorious and he don't be a good boy for his parents as well as the teachers. After his teenage or adolescence, when he became as adult, then he understood that the importance of education and the importance of being a responsible person. Then he understood and he studied well and he scored very good marks and he became a great man, and he himself received a lot of awards in literature, where he was poor in literature. He was very poor in his school education, but after when he became as adult learner, he became a great man. So this is a simple example. So what adult learner will feel, I like to learn but hate to be taught. You can see here the left side andragogy, that is the teenage learners when they go to school, and below 20 years teacher will be there and students will come to the class, and disciplined manner they will receive the knowledge. And they are this right side, you can see adult learners. So adult learners always feel that we also want to learn, but we don't want always to be taught like that. So the evolution, when it has been started, who started like that. Let us see some interesting fact about adult learning. So evolution means what? When it has been started, who introduced that and all. So one fellow, Malcolm Shepard and Knowles, from 1913 to 1997. He was an American adult educator. So American adult educator, famous for the adoption of the theory of andragogy. So he only followed the term, famous for the adoption of the theory of andragogy. Initially a term coined by the German teacher Alexander Kapp. So one German teacher only introduced this term. Like planning of lesson, we have seen some interesting facts. So many people worldwide contributed for the teacher education. But one man who has introduced, before teaching, we have to plan a lesson, who is none other than Herbert. So Herbertine principles of teaching only we are following. So Herbert also belonged to German. Just I am sharing and I am recalling that fourth unit of planning and the lesson. So this man, Alexander Kapp, also belonged to German. So Alexander Kapp only coined the term first andragogy. Then Malcolm Shepard Knowles, who was an American adult educator, done a lot of work and introduced adult education in US. Then let us see about few information about Alexander Kapp. 1799 to 1869, a German educator, originally introduced the term andragogy. So who has introduced first time the term andragogy? Alexander Kapp, who belonged to German. And you see, who is he? Andragogy consists of learning strategies focused on adults. So andragogy, we have seen the previous slides, it is dealing with adult learners and consists of learning strategies focused on adults. Later, the term developed in the theory of adult education by American educator Malcolm Knowles. So Malcolm Knowles only, further he done a lot of researches and he has done, curriculum he developed, and he has introduced the methodology, teaching learning methodology, and introduced along with the school education. He has introduced adult learning principles and strategies, and also characteristics of adult learners. And Kapp used andragogy to describe elements of Plato's education theory. You see, Kapp, inspired by Plato. We have seen in mentoring and counseling. Again, I want to recall that mentoring and counseling chapter. Mentor is a person, who is not only a teacher, not only a supervisor, not only a leader. Mentor is a person, who will guide a mentee or the follower up to his or her success, up to his success. It may be 5 years or 10 years. He will follow and he is responsible for the mentee's success and also maybe failure. So mentor, Plato, mentored Alexander, and Plato's mentor was Socrates, we have seen. So this is the Greek philosophers. So Cup also inspired by Plato's education theory. Plato is a great Greek philosopher. And you see, education is education subject is derived from philosophy only. 3,500 years before philosophy only the main subject. So after philosophy only education, then education, so many branches of studies. So andragogy in Greek, and means man and leading man, and pedagogy means leading children. So you see the term, even education also derived from a Latin word educare, educare. So that means goaded into action. That means bringing up, to mold a person to be a better citizen or better person. That is called education. So we are defining education like that. Andragogy, how you define andragogy, the term how it has been coined. Andro means man in Greek, and pedagogy means leading children. So andragogy means leading man. I'd like to share one very interesting thing. 2008, I have undergone one training program related to andragogy. So the training facilitator introduced this term coming under jargon. So many jargons he introduced. One of the jargons are andragogy, like that, adult learners. So that time, none of the dictionary was having andragogy term. So now, latest editions, we can see, Oxford English Dictionary, or so many dictionaries, you can see the term andragogy. But before 2000, you will not find the term andragogy. And the new dictionary, when I was going through the word for new dictionary, I found Android. So we are using Android phones. So what is the definition for Android? What is that? Human or machine, robo. We are seeing no human robots. So it is a human robo. Android means human robo. So whatever we will get from a human being as a help, so this Android will give us. So andro also men, Here andragogy. So this term is kind from developed from this andro. So Android systems or Android application or Android phones are derived from this andragogy. So that means leading man, andro. So just I want to share that information. Then Mecham knows work distinguished adult learners as distinct from adolescent and child learners in his principles of andragogy. So, we have seen principles of teaching, principles of learning, laws of learning and all. So when we go into detailly or, properly or principles, there will be certain laws and, some characteristics, some elements and all. Like that, here also, andragogy also, some principles of learning are there. So this Mecham knows only who has introduced and systematically after Cupp's work, and he has established 5 assumptions about the adult learners. So what are those 5 assumptions? One, self-concept. So the andragogy is self-concept. It will have its own concept, and they are matured learners, so it will have self-concept. Then adult learners experience. So they will have experience. They will apply to their studies or their work. Then readiness to learn. So they will always be ready. Yes, I will do. Yes, I will do. See, if you see the teenagers or school boys or teenage learners, they will always ask us, what you will do for me, what you will do for me. You have to do me this, you have to do that. Whereas in the adults, adult will always say, what do you want? What I will do for you. This is the psychology of adults and the adolescents. So adolescents always expect things or expect help from others or expect resources or knowledge from others. you do me this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Whereas adults will have the mentality or the psychology, what do you want, what do you want, what can I give for you, like that. So this is called, always they will be ready, yes, I will do, yes, I am ready, like that. That is readiness to learn. And orientation to learning. So orientation means what, systematically everything in its, the subject matter, what is to be learned. And for our course training methodology, orientation means the content of the course. So what are the content, what and all included in that one. Then motivation to learn. So motivation in the sense self-motivation. So these are the 5 assumptions about adult learners, which has been introduced by McComm Knowles. So this is there in our syllabus. These assumptions of andragogy is included in the syllabus. So we must remember these assumptions: self-concept, adult learner experience, readiness to learn, orientation to learning, and motivation to learning. And you see the adult learners, so they are matured and they are very confident and they are ready to learn, like that. And adult learning theory. So we have already discussed about who are adult learners. And what is the adult learning theory? Andragogy. Andragogy is adult learning based on the idea that adults learn differently than children learn. So they do things differently. They learn differently than the regular teaching teaching learning process, where the attend the school and how the teenage learners will learn. And these adult learners, that is mature learners, will learn differently. And he believed that, who believed? Mr. McCollum. He believed that adults have a unique need to know why they should learn specific content, and that their approach to learning is from the problem solving perspective. So problem solving, you give problem, they will analyze, they will give the solution. That is the specialty of mature learners. So why they should learn, we have to tell them. So in the teaching practice or demonstration class also, we have one important component of lesson plan under preparation stage: motivation. So we have to motivate the learners. Why you have to learn this subject? For what purpose I am teaching this subject? So if we tell them, they will get motivated. Like that, why they should learn is very important. And problem solving perspective also included in this theory of adult learning. And some qualities are there, some characteristics are there, and challenges in adult learning. These are the remaining important topics which we will discuss. Qualities of adult learners. Adults have a need to know why they should learn something. So we have to tell what is the need. What is the need? So when we start the training programs, we'll say this is the need of the training program, and this is the need of the trade and all. So that is very important. So need assessment is very important. Have the need to know why they should learn something. Then adults have a deep need to self-directing. So once you tell the problem, once you tell the need, then they will have their own direction. With their experience, they will try to solve the problems. Then adults have a greater value and different quality of experience than youth. So, adults have greater volume and different quality of experience than youth. So have greater volume and different quality means what? The difference with adults than other people to learn, and they will be self-motivated and they have experience. So with this, they will always believe, they will be, mostly they will be optimist. I will do that. I will solve the problem. I will be successful, like that. Yes, I will do that. I will do that. Optimistic feel will be there with the adults. That is a greater volume. So every person, every individual will have that in that stage. And adults become ready to learn when they in their life situation need to know or be able to do in order to perform more effectively and satisfyingly. So learners learn when they are ready to learn. This is one of the principles of learning principles. Learner learn when they are ready to learn. So in the case of teenagers, that is adolescents learners, always teachers should motivate the learners. So this is the purpose. You have to study well. You have to score good marks. You have to pass the exam. Like that, they have to motivate the learners always. Whereas the adult learners, if you tell the purpose, that and then self will get motivated, self-motivated, and they will be ready to learn. So this is the difference with adult learners and the adolescents. Adults enter into learning experience with a task-centered, so problem-centered approach. So task-centered or learner-centered, whereas the pedagogy approach is teacher-centered. Teacher-centered problem will be taken by the teacher and solved by the teachers to the benefit of the learners. Here, adults will take the problem and they will try to solve the problem. They only look for facilitators. It depends on people, teach me always like that. Centered or lives, they have in their life, they have knowledge subject, they will try that, they will try to solve the problem. So task-centered orientation to learning. Adults are motivated to learn by both intrinsic and extrinsic. So mostly they are intrinsic. When time comes, when there is a need, they will also get motivated from others. So these are the qualities of adult learners. And the principles of andragogy. Principles of andragogy, some points are there, like adults need to be involved in the planning and evaluation of their instruction. Adults need to be involved in the planning and evaluation of their instruction. So, planning, preparation, presentation, application, testing, and evaluation. So first is planning, then evaluation. So here also adults also need to be involved. This is one of the principles of andragogy. So when andragogy should be successful, when we are considering andragogy approach, that is adult learning approach, then adults should be from the planning to evaluation stage. So they need to be involved from planning and also evaluation of their instruction. Experience, including mistakes, provides the basis for learning activities. So we learn by mistakes. Somebody is doing some mistake means the next time they will not do those particular activities, because the result will be failure. So they learn from the failures. They experience with the failures. So with the mistakes. So experience provides the basis for learning activities. So for this andragogical approach, this adult learning approach, there will be a need, and they should be from planning to evaluation, and there will be a experience. Experience only will provide learning activities, basis for learning activities. And adults are most interested in learning about subjects that have immediate job or we are andragogy. We are starting adult learning program. Whom and all will join? People who are attending the course will be, I want job, or somebody may be working, I want a better job opportunity, I want to earn more, or I want to get job in a very good company. So people who want to upgrade their self and update their self for better employment only, they will come for that courses. So adult learning is problem-centered rather than content-oriented. So content-oriented is andragogy, problem-centered is, pedagogy. Content-oriented is pedagogy, and problem-centered is andragogy. So these are the principles of andragogy. And important characteristics of adult learner. Some of the important characteristics of adult learner are: adults are characterized by maturity, self-confidence, autonomy, solid decision making, and are generally more practical, multitasking, purposeful, self-directed, experienced, and less open-minded and receptive to change. So see, these are the characteristics of mature learners. One is they have maturity physically as well as mentally, and solid self-confidence will be there, and self-motivated, and autonomy. What is autonomy? Automatically they make the decisions, and they are good decision makers, and are generally more practical. So they have experience and they apply their knowledge to the practical situations. So they try to solve problem practically. The theory which they gained, and they will apply practically. And self and purposeful and multitasking. They have multitasking skill. They will apply that. And self-directed, experienced, and less open-minded. See, they are not open-minded. They'll be less open-minded because they have more confidence and they will think that I will try to solve the problem. I can do this. So they will not consult others. They will not consult much, all the time. That is why they are not open-minded. And these are the important characteristics of adult learners. And receptive to change. So they will be very ready to change. And all these traits affect their motivation as well as their ability to learn. So all these characteristics will affect their motivation as well as ability to learn. So these are the important characteristics. What is self-direction? Adults feel the need to take responsibility for their lives and decisions, and this is why it's important for them to have control over their learning. So self-directed person, I am a self-directed learner means autonomous learner. I learn from my own resources all the time. There is no age limit. I will be always a learner means autonomous learner. Like that, self-directed learners also, autonomous learners. And adolescent learners also mostly autonomous learners. Autonomous learners are mature learners. Whenever they get opportunity, wherever they go, all the time, always they will learn. And therefore, self-assessment, peer relationship with the instructor. Peer relationship means our colleagues, our own colleagues, our own co-employees with the instructor. Multiple options and the initial it should some mistakes here. So let us go to the next slide. And so the previous slide states that self-directed person. So adult learners are self-directed. That is very important. Then practical and result-oriented. So adult learners are practically, and they will see the result. How we have to work out, and you see the result. It should be a best result within short span of time. That is the adult learners. Practical and result-oriented characteristics are usually practical, recent theory, and need information that can be immediately applicable to their professional needs. So again, need, based on the need, they will work and they will see the achievement or the results. And generally prefer practical knowledge that will improve their skills, facilitate their work, and boost their confidence. So when they want to learn the subject, they will always think for the better employment, better salary, better opportunities. So they will see what is the need. They will not see the content, because in the school and teenage learners will want to pass the exam, want to always listen to the teachers, but the adult learners will not be like that. That is why andragogy focus more on need and the result oriented, and less open-minded. Again, we have seen already less open-minded, because who will be broad-minded means who are not very open mind and broad mind. I mean, broad mind only, open mind. And these adult learners will not be broad-minded people. Broad-minded in the sense, not a negative, perception. They open mind means, open mind and broad mind, there are minor differences. Though it looks like synonym to each other, open mind, less open mind means it is not a negative one. Why they are not open mind means, less open mind means they will think that I can solve the problem. Yes, I can do it. Why unnecessarily disturbing others? Why unnecessarily asking help from others? In that way, in that perception. So more resistant to change. So they don't change very easily. So more resistant to change means they don't change very easily. And maturity and profound life experiences usually lead to rigidity, which is the enemy of learning. So they will be rigid, and if you cannot change them, because they have their own qualities, and they will come with their experience or qualification to make them to learn, and the only thing you have to transfer the knowledge. That's all. You cannot change their habits, or you cannot change their personalities. that is the rigidity. So which is the enemy of learning. For the adult learners, those instructional designers need to provide the why behind the change, new concepts that can be linked to already established tools, and promote the need to explore. So when they are designing the curriculum, so instructional designers need to provide the why behind the change. So why it is required. So once they understood, the matured learners are understanding the problem or why or the need, then they will accept the change. Otherwise they will not, why I should, I don't do this, I don't. So this kind of attitude will be there with the adult learners. So we cannot change their attitude easily. Only thing, they themselves will get convinced. For that, while designing the curriculum itself, it should be clear. That is the message for the instructional designers. And slower learner, yet more integrative knowledge. That means what? Aging does affect learning. Adults tend to learn less rapidly with age. However, the depth of learning tends to increase over time, navigating knowledge and skills to record teenagers, that is pedagogy students, can have more subjects, and they will remember so many things, and they can recall so many things because their age. Whereas the adult learners will not concentrate more subjects, they will concentrate only one subject. That is why in collegiate or undergraduation, post-graduation, all only particular subject will be there, and applied or allied subjects will be there along with their major subject. Whereas teenagers, that pedagogical approach, they will learn fast and they can learn more as per the psychology, theory of psychology. So aging does affecting learning. So we can't say there is no, it won't affect learning. The subjects will not affect the learners, whether andragogy or adult learners or pedagogy learners. Always pedagogy learners will have the learning skill more than the andragogy. That is why children will learn more languages faster than the elders. So children within 5-6 years, you can see if they move to the other states or even other countries, they will learn the language faster than the elders, that is the adults. That is the the difference with the fast learners, with the average or slow learners. So always adult learners are slow learners comparing to teenage learners. And use personal experience as a resource. So we need resource to learn knowledge, to gain skill and all. So adult learners always use their experience as a resource. Though they may have written instructional materials, resource books and all, at the same time they will give importance their own experience. So they use their own personal experience as a resource, important resource. So adults have lived longer than the teenage learners, seen and done more, have the tendency to link their past experience to anything new and valid new concepts based on prior learning. So we have one in our DGT system, we have prior learning, RPL, on RPL, recognition of prior learning is there. So who are the learners? All are adult learners. So all crossed the 20 years, 30 years, and all, they are the learners. So prior learning, they have experience, lot of experience, they have knowledge, and they will try to learn a new subject, some to update and upgrade themselves. That is why this RPL mode is introduced. So the learners are adult learners. You can say the age is more than 20, 25 to 30 years, even more than 30 years, some of the people. And this is about useful experience as a resource. Then motivation, again we are revising whatever we have learned the previous slides. Learning in adulthood is usually voluntary. So voluntary means what? Willingly, yes, I will do, I will give, I will extend my voluntary. So voluntarily I would like to learn is the approach of andragogy, that is the adult learners. Thus, it is a personal choice to attend school in order to improve and achieve at least this is not elementary school or secondary school. This is college after, for school meant for adult learners. So to improve jobs and achieve professional growth, they self-motivated. So this is one of the important characteristics. And challenges, some challenges are there, multi-level responsibilities. Adult learners have a lot to jungle. So jungle means they have so many roles to play. Family will be there, people, and they have family, and they have work, and they have to earn for their livelihood. They need for personal quality time. They also should have their own time. So these are the challenges, and this is why it's more difficult for an adult to make room for learning, while it's absolutely crucial to prioritize. If his life is already demanding, then the learning outcome will be compromised. Taking that under consideration, an instructional designer need to create a flexible program, accommodate busy schedules, and accept the fact that personal obligations might obstruct the learning process. So when designing the curriculum for adult learners, it should be very important. They should not consider andragogy into pedagogy. So they have to consider their own personal challenges. So they may have their own priorities, and everything should be considered while constructing the curriculum for the adult learners. So these are the challenges of adult learning principles. And high expectations. So adult learners have high expectations. They want to be taught about things, and that will be useful for their work, expect to have immediate results, seek for a course that will worth their while, and not be a waste for their time or money. So they may work along with their job, and they want to pursue some course. It may be to upgrade their training or skills, or maybe qualification. Maybe a graduation or post-graduation. They will think, what is the immediate benefit for me? Then only they will join the course. So high expectations will be there for the adult learners. So this is why it's important to create a course that will maximize their advantages, meet their individual needs, and address all their learning challenges. Again, like previous slide needs, and here also high expectations. Everything should be prioritized, and everything should be included in their curriculum. And you see, as an adult learner, he has to juggle. Juggling means what? Lot of responsibility he has. So we cannot consider an adult learner or matured learner like a teenage learner. So and andragogy concept, learner directed, and discussions and problem solving, real life applications. So three important informations are available here. So andragogy is learner directed, not a teacher directed or teacher centered, and discussions and problem solving. So always they will discuss and try to solve problems and apply their real life situations, apply their knowledge and skills to the real life applications. So with this, I'm concluding the session. The important concept of adult learning is who are adults and who are adult learners, and what are the evolution, who introduced that, and the challenges, and adult learning theory and characteristics of adult learners, and the difference with the pedagogy and andragogy. What we are following in our ITA system or school and collegiate system are andragogy, and pedagogy, that is the child-centered or children-centered approach. And andragogy is, like I mentioned, Android system and Android, like that. Andro means man, man or matured human. So andragogy is matured learners, dealt with matured learners. So, and also the challenges, we have to see we have to see the need, and we have to see the priorities of the adult learners, because always they will expect after completion of the course, why I should join, and after that I want to get better opportunity, better perspective, better salary and all. So everything, the course curriculum itself designed in such a manner. So these are the points which we have discussed, and if you have any clarifications or doubts, you can ask me before concluding the session.